I think it begins with my attraction to, glass as mass. The pieces that I create are relatively heavy, and they have substance, and I'm very much attracted to that. But there's also this sort of spontaneous, creative thing that goes on because the glass has its own life in a way. And while you're making the glass, you are in a dialogue with it. Typically, I walk into the studio and I will have planned out the pieces that we're going to do for the day. And I have sketches or I have ideas of what's going to happen. I get there early and try to get myself in sort of the mood for it. When I work with copper and inlay it in the glass, which I frequently do, it always feels that it's like a fossil inside the rock, an object that's suspended in time. I always like to go up to the furnace, and it's really hot, and I just stand there for a moment and feel the heat. And it's like I'm communing with the glass, or I'm doing some little ritualistic thing, and I feel that this is my time to focus and collect everything and have it in reserve when we start getting frenetic. We're going to integrate the copper elements like we've done before, pick it up and drape it over the graphite. Typically, we start, getting the crew together, and there's a lot of dialogue and a lot of communication about, what I'm trying to do and how we're going to do the piece and what direction I want the piece to go in. I thought this would just help me a little bit further away, but also be able to stabilize it.
You got a couple of paddles on the board?
Yeah, but I also don't mind, actually, some of the ones that got stuck actually looked okay. That actually worked out to be a nice shape.
Right, so, I mean, if you're trying to maximize the space.
Right. Frequently we'll rehearse. We'll do a whole rehearsal of how we're going to work on a piece and who's going to do what and what's going to happen when it's relatively choreographed. And then everybody's checked to make sure everybody understands, and then it's boom, let's make the piece. And then it happens. We go in, we get the glass, we start working with it, people are there, and it just, it takes its shape. And, in just a few minutes, it has to be there or not. And then it's done, we put it away, and we're either happy or we're disappointed. And that's pretty much the process.
Okay, is everybody ready? Hot enough. Let's make some glass.
The idea that you plan your piece and you organize, but there's also this sort of spontaneous, creative thing that goes on while you're making the glass because the glass has its own life in a way. You're trying to shape it. Probably you have 3-4 minutes to work with your glass before it cools down and you no longer can shape it.
Clear, Richard, we're going up. Let's go ahead. Clear. Let's go. We're going to go up a little hot.
Everybody who's working with the glass knows that you have to work quickly. It's the glass you have to negotiate with, and it's the glass you've got to communicate with. And so everybody works with that energy and that focus to accomplish the piece.
Yeah, try and bring it in a little bit. I'm slipping. I think it looks good. I like it. Okay, here we go.
I think working with glass is many things. Because of the material, it's partly a dance, it's a battle, it's a negotiation.